So guys, my mom made these chocolate scones and they were so good. I literally wish she would make them like 5 times in a day. They're so good. You guys have to try them.
Hey guys, welcome back to Face Oven. It's Sunday, which means we're gonna have a food recipe here. I found this recipe on Bigger Bolder Baking. I absolutely love scones. I tweaked the recipe just a little bit, so you guys make sure you check the description box down below to make sure you get all measurements, all ingredients in the description box down below. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. I hope you're ready to try something different if you haven't tried this before. But I love scones, I can't stress it enough. Hope you guys try this recipe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to Face Oven. And don't forget to share your gift. Share your gift with the world and use it for God's glory. In the name of Jesus Christ, let's go. Face Oven. Today we're making chocolate scones. So I always see recipes and I'm like, let me see something. I have to make that, but I always tweak it just a little bit. So we're gonna start off with 2 cups plus 1/4 cup of flour. And then to that flour, we'll add 4 teaspoons of baking powder. We'll stir it, mix it a little bit, and then we'll add a 1/4 cup of cocoa, and then we'll add a 1/2 teaspoon of expresso. I love coffee flavor in my chocolate. I feel like it heightens the flavor beautifully. And then we're going to add butter, cold butter. I actually cubed my butter before I got going with my ingredients for these scones, and I cubed it and I put my butter into the fridge and I let it sit for about a couple of hours actually, because I knew I was going to make scones this morning. Anyway, they're cubed, they're nice and cold, and I add them to our mixture. I forgot to add my sugar, so here we'll add a 1/2 cup of sugar. And as you guys saw, I kind of smushed our butter into our dry ingredients. If you guys have a pastry cutter, go ahead and use that, or you could do like me and use your hands, or you can use a fork like I'm doing. So here I decided to use caramel chips, and I added a 1/2 cup of caramel chips, and then I added a 1/2 cup of milk chocolate chips. I couldn't find semi-sweet chocolate chips. I would much prefer semi-sweet, but it's okay. This worked wonderfully. I mixed this in together. Once I get my chocolate chips squared away into my dry ingredients, I go ahead and add a 1/2 cup of milk, and then I add a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. You guys, trust the process. I know it seems like it's not going to be moist enough, but I have to tell you, please trust the process. Then you're going to get your counter, or if you guys have one of these mats, go ahead and put a little bit of flour on it and empty all of your ingredients onto your counter or your mat. And then go ahead and get everything gelled together with your hands, almost like you're going to knead it, but you don't have to knead it too much. You don't want to do it too much, but I'm just getting all of my ingredients together. And as you guys see, we trusted the process. And using this mat, I go 8 inches like wide. Now, in other recipes, most people make 8 scones. I'm going to go ahead and make 12. Now, when you guys continue to watch and make these with me, you'll see why. But I go ahead and pat my dough out. She feels perfectly moist and perfectly dry at the same time. I know I'm going to get a awesome scone by the way this feels. So I just use a knife to cut my dough in half, and then I cut her in half the opposite direction, and then I cut her into 8 more pieces where we get 12. All right, just like this. You guys would be surprised how much your scones rise. So I get my cookie sheets, I put some parchment paper on my cookie sheet, and then I add my scones gently to that. Now, as I said earlier, you guys, I wanted walnuts. I didn't add walnuts to all of my scones because my middle son, he doesn't do the walnuts like that. So I had to be thoughtful for him, but I love walnuts and chocolate. It's just amazing. Now, once I do that, I go ahead and I add my scones to the refrigerator. I let them sit in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. And I go ahead and I make this wash. So it's like 1 egg, and I just add a little bit of heavy cream to this wash and I mix it together. Now, once that 15 minutes is up, that my scones were in the refrigerator, I pull them out and I add this wash to the top of them and to the sides of them. You guys, my oven has been preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to let them bake. Look how much they have risen. I'm going to let them bake for about 19 minutes. Depending on you guys' oven, you guys, you can go anywhere from 19 to 30 minutes. Mine was right on 19 minutes. I don't know if you guys know how to smell when something's pretty much done, but I could smell that she was done and she came out perfect at 19 minutes. All right, so here we're gonna make a little drizzle. You guys don't have to have this. I felt like the scones were perfect without it, but the drizzle is about a half cup of powdered sugar, 1.5 tablespoons of cocoa, and 1.5 tablespoons of milk. Now, if you guys want more, you guys can just add more. I don't feel like I needed that much drizzle, so I did this little bit, mixed it all together. My scones were nice and cooled, and I added my drizzle, and you guys, these scones were amazing. I hope you try them. I hope they come out exactly how you like them. I will be making other recipes, other types and flavors of scones because I love scones. I hope you guys try this recipe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My goal is to get recipes out every Sunday and adventure videos every Thursday. Look for me, y'all.